I passed out from college in
Mm-hmm.
2018, and since then, I'm completely out of touch. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
study at all. So when I started, preparing for GMAT, I just knew there's something called GMAT Focus Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I knew nothing. e-GMAT just showed me everything. It gave me a study plan. It gave me the entire syllabus. Handed me over in a platter. And so I don't think even I would have given the exam without e-GMAT. I think before that, I was just looking at answer choices and getting all confused
Mm-hmm.
because everything was looking same. But
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where the pre-thinking approach came into help. So I could pre-think, what can be the answer, and I used to proceed. That pre-thinking will take hardly 30 seconds, but that was of great help. I think I stumbled upon one MSR question, and I
Mm-hmm.
spent about 15 minutes in one question. I still, I still couldn't understand what was going on. Later, I realized that the formulas were given in later slides, and I was
Uh-huh.
just in the first slide. I think that changed my
Mm-hmm.
entire, because Quant was my strength area. So initially, in my first official exam, I had given verbal, followed by Quant, followed by DI.
Mm-hmm.
DI, I couldn't get time in first exam because I was nervous and I didn't understand what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Verbal had already gone bad. But the second time around, I gave, as we discussed, I gave Quant, followed by DI, followed by verbal.
Mm-hmm.
That helped me a lot.
Hi, Baishali. How are you doing?
Hello, Rashmi. I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm good too. It's such a nice feeling. The day you wrote the email that you got a 665. So a big, big congratulations on
Thank you.
that. And
Thank
I know it is a very, very hard-earned score because it's a humongous 190-point improvement from where you started out.
you.
Uh,
Right.
so when you did start out, your first gold mock score was a 475. From
Right.
there to looking at this score, uh,
Yeah.
how does it feel?
It feels amazing. Like when I saw my score on the screen, I also couldn't believe it at first because this was my second attempt, as you know, and I was first, I was a bit disappointed, and with second, I was not even expecting this much.
Mhm.
But it was amazing, and I think GMAT played a huge role in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's been quite a journey, right? It's like a textbook case of preparation in your case, wherein you mentioned that you had no inkling of GMAT at all, right?
No,
Just no idea, and from
yeah. I passed out from college in
Mhm.
2018, and since then I'm completely out of touch. I didn't
Mhm.
study at all. So when I started, preparing for GMAT, I just knew there's something called GMAT Focus Edition.
Mhm.
Other than that, I knew nothing. I just knew there'll be some verbal questions, some quant
Mhm.
questions, and some DI questions. But other than that, about the pattern, about the syllabus, I had no
Mhm.
idea at all. I don't know, like without e-GMAT just showed me everything. It gave me a study plan. It gave me the entire syllabus, handed me over in a platter. And so I don't think even I would have given the exam without e-GMAT. I don't think I would have even completed the syllabus.
Yeah,
It was a great for people who are completely out of touch or who are starting from scratch. I think e-GMAT is amazing for them.
very nice to hear. So,
Yeah.
coming back to the mock, Vaishali, when you took that mock, you got a 475. I'm
Right.
sure you started doubting whether you can do it or not, right?
Yeah, I didn't even I have heard I had heard before, my friends giving GMAT. I never heard a score below 500, means in
Mm-hmm.
official, of course in
Mm-hmm.
official. So I was very disappointed with 475 was like nothing. I didn't even stand a chance that time. So
Mm-hmm.
one of my friends who had taken GMAT for classic version,
Mm-hmm.
GMAT before, she suggested me that you should take e-GMAT. And then I sent a mail and I took the six. I thought I'll take the 6 year, a 6 month program because it that was a co-
Mm-hmm.
complete syllabus 360 program.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I should take that because I was out of touch,
Mm-hmm.
and even basic I was making lot of calculation mistakes, lot of silly mistakes. So I thought I should take that and I went for it, and that was a very good decision indeed.
Yeah, I'm glad, that you're happy with your decision.
Yes, of course.
So, Vaishali, I also know that as soon as you came on the platform, the first step that you took was to create your study plan, the personalized study plan. So,
Yeah.
what value did that personalized study plan play in your prep?
I think I think that study plan kept me on track. Because I have a I've been working in 6 years since in an automotive R&D. So my
Mm-hmm.
schedule is very hectic, and I have a 10 every day 10 hours, like very demanding work life, and it's very difficult for me to come back and devote time for it
Mm-hmm.
voluntarily. But thanks to e-GMAT's study plan, I could every day at least 1 or 2 hours I
Mm-hmm.
dedicate, and it helped me keep that momentum going.
Mm-hmm.
I never lost that because
Mm-hmm.
okay, I knew if I'm leaving also, and one more thing I feel is for e-GMAT, it's the sessions are not like not live, they're pre-recorded. So if I'm missing it out for 2 3 days or a week or a month, anytime I can come back and join from where I left. So
Mm-hmm.
that was also I couldn't study every day, but thanks to the study
Mm-hmm.
plan, thanks to the way everything was out
Mm-hmm.
there, I could continue studying, and I was I I was able to consistently devote at least some time,
Yeah,
not every day, but at least some hours in a week.
got
So
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so the asynchronous nature of the course
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
helped
Right,
you,
right,
right?
right. It
Okay.
started from every chapter, everything.
Mm.
It'll start from the basics.
Yeah.
Uh, like if I look at verbal, it started from that master comprehension.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
remember. It was the first
Yes.
module I studied, and they were teaching like noun, verb, prepositions, and everything. So it revised my all my concepts of school. Not only it did that, but also it proceeded gradually from
Mm-hmm.
a very easy level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Went on to become
Mm-hmm.
difficult, and it was great. It was great. I think that honed my basics
Mm-hmm.
and built my foundation for GMAT. Even at one point of time, I was thinking, even though I don't get that GMAT score, if I'm not able to give exam, still the whatever knowledge or learning
Yeah.
I gain through e-GMAT will help me sometime, definitely. Yeah.
See, GMAT is such a test, right? The skills that you acquire to excel in
Yeah.
GMAT are not your bookish skills. It will
Right,
anyways help you throughout your personal,
right,
professional career, anyways. Uh,
right.
Now, coming to your journey, Vaishali, you've had brilliant improvements across all the three sections.
Right.
You went from a V77 to a V83 in Quant, from a 79 to an 85, and in data insights, a humongous 17-point improvement from a 64 to an
Yeah.
81, right? Uh,
Right.
Coming to verbal, as you mentioned, you started with master comprehension,
Right.
and that really gave you the kickstart
Yeah.
um, into the entire GMAT verbal. You
Yes.
also mentioned that pre-thinking played a big role
Right.
in your verbal,
Definitely.
especially CR. So, do you want to take us through how pre-thinking really helped you solidify your verbal?
Yes. So before I started preparing for GMAT through e-GMAT. At some point of time, I've done some reading comprehensions in my like engineering before that, but
Mm-hmm.
critical reasoning was something which was completely new,
Mm-hmm.
and the passages are means I'm of course a non-native speaker, so
Mm-hmm.
the passages were yeah, US based on US history or something. The topics were difficult. Means I was not, if I'm aware of some topic, I
Mm-hmm.
can think and answer. But if I'm not, then I didn't know how to approach a question, where to start, where to see the options. And what I think that's when e-GMAT came into help, because I think the sessions, the modules taught us pre-thinking approach, like how, like what you should go from the conclusion, then behind you should pre-think, and then you should eliminate. Not You should not go on looking at the answer choices.
Mm-hmm.
I think before that, I was just looking at answer choices and getting all confused
Mm-hmm.
because everything was looking same. But
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where the pre-thinking approach came into help. So I could pre-think, what can be the answer, and I used to proceed. That pre-thinking will take hardly 30 seconds, but that was of great help.
That's very good to know. And I think the proof is that you did get to a great score in verbal. And
Yeah.
now come Quant, Vaishali. You were starting out at a 50th percentile ability, right? But you did do the entire course, and I know that you extensively used the PACE feature, and the PACE feature sort of helped you save over 30
Yeah,
hours of your prep time.
right, right.
So, can you tell me how helpful was this, and how did the Quant course sort of equip you in improving your quant ability?
Yeah. I think the entire quant module in e-GMAT is amazing. Like if you go through that, you don't need to study anything. You can just directly appear your exam. So coming from engineering background, I was not, I didn't face much difficulty in quant, but still, there were some tricks, how to save time, how to solve questions quicker,
Mm-hmm.
faster. These tricks were taught by e-GMAT only. Otherwise, I should have been spending more than 3 or 4 minutes in a single question.
Uh-huh.
And I think the PACE module, yeah, that helped me save about 30 hours or so. So
Mm-hmm.
I could focus on what I knew and what I didn't know. I could focus more on my sections where I needed improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So the quant scholarinium was amazing. I
Mm-hmm.
There were, I don't remember exactly, but there were, like, I think more than 500 questions. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that gave me a variety of questions. So when I went to exam, I was not, I was prepared for quant. I was
Mm-hmm.
really prepared. Whatever questions also came in exam, it was not like something, it was something which
Mm-hmm.
I've already gone through in e-GMAT, or some concept has already been taught in
Mm-hmm.
e-GMAT.
Got
So
it.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
So I just have this snippet that I wanted to show. I was looking at your account, and just putting it out there. Like when I look at your algebra journey, right? What I see is, you've saved 7 hours through pace here, and
yeah,
the effort that you put into presentation, series of A grades, which sort of tell that you were making the right taking the right steps towards really excelling in verbal. And the proof of this, what we can see, what I was showing is algebra. And if we look at your hard accuracy in algebra, by the time you are done with the course, you are at an 85% hard accuracy. This is 98th percentile, 99th percentile, right out there, right?
right,
So this talks about the power of investing in foundation, because you
right,
mentioned, you were an engineer, so you could easily have said, I'm an engineer, I know quantum, but no, you put in that effort.
right, right, right,
Result is the kind of improvement that you have seen in
right.
algebra, right? So kudos to you for that. Uh, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Now, coming to data insights, that's the
yeah,
hero of the story. Maybe we should have led with that, but you know, I thought let's keep the best to the last. So,
yeah.
you started out at D64, which is like,
Right.
you
It's a very
know,
bad, which is a very bad score. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you must have gotten almost all the questions wrong or skipped all the questions. I don't know
I
what
don't
you did.
even remember. To be honest, I don't remember. I don't
Yeah.
know, it was, but that time I had no idea what was data insights, because I
Mm-hmm.
never gave CAT before. Also, this was my
Mm-hmm.
first time I appeared in any
Mm-hmm.
exam. So I think GMAT was very, very effective in
Mm-hmm.
improving my DI score,
Good.
because I had no idea about the pattern of questions. I
Mm-hmm.
remember when, yes, I remember when I gave my first diagnostic mock before taking
Mm-hmm.
the course, Sigma X mock. I think I stumbled upon one MSR question, and I
Mm-hmm.
spent about 15 minutes in one question. I still I still couldn't understand what was going on. Later, I realized that the formulas were given in later slides, and I was
Uh-huh.
just in the first slide.
Okay. So,
Yeah. So
so
I think,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, I think be it MSR or graphical or data insights, data sufficiency. I think
Mm-hmm.
e-GMAT's data sufficiency section is commendable.
Mm-hmm.
That has a like lot of variety of questions and we prepare you for the worst. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
so
think, yeah, it is very critical that you be prepared for the worst because on a good
yeah,
day, things just fall in place, right? But
right,
when
right, right.
you need to be prepared for the worst, you need to be able to
Exactly.
face whatever questions that is possible. But Vaishali, coming back, you were a pretty novice when it comes
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
a DI, right?
Right.
But from there, you improved by a tremendous 17 points to D81, which is a huge, huge improvement. So,
Yeah.
you were also telling me, as we were discussing before this call here, that you essentially relied mostly on e-GMAT for all your DI needs, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Majority of uh, I think I did from I think this is also sufficient because for DI you cannot predict the questions. You just need to be aware of the concepts. For
mhm,
graphs, there can be thousands of questions and you can never
yeah.
be no matter how wherever you do, I
Mhm,
think even if you do from official sources, still you won't be ever be sure. So you just need that foundation. You
mhm,
build that
yeah.
build the foundation. Yeah. So I think
Hmm.
GMAT
Yeah.
was
So
really good.
foundation and I think as much exposure to as many type of data sets as possible,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
right,
know
right.
you cannot sort of cover the whole gamut of
Right.
the
It's
kind
not
of
possible no
questions you will
matter where
get.
you do, but yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
the scholarinium and I think one more thing which was good was the like for every module, be it verbal, quant or DI, first you'll start with the basics, then you'll proceed gradually, then you'll be
Mhm.
going to the cementing course.
Yeah.
I think that is what strengthened my concept. Means
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm studying something, but how do I know where do I stand? So I
Yes.
think that's where the cementing module came into picture, and
Mm-hmm.
it just improves you know actually where do you stand and what you need to focus more on. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was
I
also
think
really
with cementing, what it does is it A, validates whether you've improved. B, it
yeah,
also gives you that sufficient practice under time condition, which will
yeah,
then
yeah.
help you
Yeah.
reinforce and refine it.
Sectional timed tests and sectional tests are amazing in
Yeah.
each. They'll provide. I think it provides you with. I don't know, a lot of sectional tests, so you'll be prepared. So when I started, I was telling you, I was stuck on one question for 15 minutes, and in my actual exam, you won't believe I completed my quant section 10 minutes before.
Wow.
I revised, and I thought I'll score a 90 in quant because
Mm-hmm.
everything I could do. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
might have made some silly mistake, maybe, probably, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Till now, so far, also, I don't know what mistake I made.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could solve everything. So
Yeah, true.
that was the doing of e-GMAT. It improves
Yeah.
your time tremendously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because see, I'm looking at your data insight stats on Scholremium. And when I look at these stats, when I look at your hard accuracy, it's mind-blowing. If I look at the recent ones, it's like I don't know. It looks like the skyline of Manhattan. It is brilliant. These are brilliant stats, right?
Mm,
And the moment you see these stats, you know that you are going to do well. Timing is sorted, accuracy is sorted, and that is the power of following a very structured approach, wherein
right, right.
initially you invest in building that foundation, then you work on really uh, practicing under time. So tell me, Bashali, what was your mindset when you went to take the test? Were you confident? Were you nervous? I'm sure you were nervous, uh, you know, but
Actually,
how
I was
did you
not. Actually, I
overcome your
was
nerves?
nervous the first time. The first
Okay.
time I gave, I was very nervous. It was a new, I was giving a test after 7 years because
Mm-hmm.
I'm after 7 years, and it was means I didn't know how to. I couldn't cope up with the stress that time. That's true. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe I don't know. That was the reason I didn't get a good score in my first attempt. But I gave my second attempt within a very less time, and I think I
Yeah,
second
I think, yeah.
yeah, second
The
time I
first
did.
attempt might have been a bad day also. You said you were
Yeah,
very
so enumerable
blanked out in verbal.
reasons. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I literally did that, and I was panicking after that, and I didn't know what happened. It went wrong. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So
but
how do
second,
you manage that mindset? How did you end up managing it in your second attempt? Because first
huh,
attempt must have taught you that the power of a positive mindset, right?
right, right,
But it's all good to know that you need to be positive, you need to be confident, but it's a whole different ball game when it comes to actually living up to it and
right,
implementing it,
right,
right?
right, right.
So how did you manage that?
I think after after my first mock went bad, I was very disappointed, and I kind of gave up. I thought, okay,
Mm-hmm,
no GMAT this year. I was in that kind of mindset. I had a score of 605, which was not at all good. I mean, for I'm looking to apply in
mm-hmm,
Indian schools, so it's not at all competitive comparing to my
mm-hmm,
the other people who will be applying. So I was disappointed, and I thought, okay, I'll try next year because maybe I cannot manage both work and studying. Maybe I'll do
mm-hmm,
some other time. But then somehow I had a discussion with you,
mm-hmm,
and I think the suggestion that I don't know actually helped my score improve was that came from you, and that was the changing the order of the section.
mm-hmm,
It was a great suggestion which I should have discussed with you the first time round, but I didn't.
mm-hmm,
It was my a mistake from my side. I think that changed my
mm-hmm,
entire, like because quant was my strength area. So initially in my first official exam, I had given verbal, followed by quant, followed by DI.
mm-hmm,
DI I couldn't get time in first exam because I was nervous and I didn't understand what was going on.
mm-hmm,
Verbal had already gone bad. But the second time around, I gave, as we discussed, I gave quant, followed by DI, followed by verbal.
mm-hmm,
That helped me a lot. I think quant was my strength area. So after giving, I finished my quant before 10 minutes. I was just
mm-hmm.
sitting, I could revise, recheck some
Yeah.
of the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's what built my confidence.
Got
And
it.
then I gave I think my DI was a bit tough this time.
Mm-hmm,
But I otherwise I was expecting a bit more in DI.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
then when it came finally to the verbal section, I was pretty confident this time. This time I had no doubt, and it went good. I could complete in time, and I was
Good.
I was sure I'll be getting 645 or more maybe, but I was not sure. 645 I thought, but 665 I didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this 665 is a decent score for, I
Yeah.
think it should suffice for
For
Indian
the
base.
schools that you're applying to, it's a great
Yeah,
score. Gives
yeah,
you a good fighting chance to get into the
right, right,
schools, right?
right.
Yeah, it's good. And another thing that you mentioned, Vaishali, because you saved 10 minutes,
Yeah,
it was literally like you had a section break. So you literally had
right,
like two breaks with you, right? Okay, good. That's nice. All is well that ends well, as they say.
right, right,
Uh,
right.
and like one of my students said, if there are no hiccups in your journey, then the
Uh,
journey won't be memorable. So
right,
take your first attempt as that hiccup, which really
right,
makes the
right, right.
journey memorable.
That's how I'll remember it next. I'll always remember, okay, I gave my first attempt, it didn't go out good, it didn't turn out well. Then I again, studied hard and then again did it. Yeah.
That's very nice. Congratulations again.
Thank you so
So,
much.
Baishali, from day one, it's been a long 6-month journey,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Uh,
right.
I'm sure that a lot of people who watch this interview and would want to learn how they can make their GMAT journey, closer to their target score. So, do you have any key takeaways from your journey that you want to share with the other aspirants out there?
Yeah, I'll just tell, stick to the study plan, and
Mm-hmm,
be consistent, and
mm-hmm,
don't give up. If you're thinking, if you're getting bad score, if you're stuck somewhere, don't just think you cannot do it. You can
mm-hmm,
do it. Maybe take a break, as I took a small break. Then I restarted. Just take a break, and you'll be definitely be able to do it. GMAT is not something which is very difficult or something which cannot be done. It's not like that. Just, like do it. Go for
That's
it. Yeah.
yeah, is just do it. It's the
Yeah.
Nike slogan. Just
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it. You will
yeah.
get
Just give,
get it.
give, give one attempt. Yeah, you'll do it.
Yeah, I'm sure. And it's we have a living proof right in front of us, right? So I'm so happy, the day you sent the mail that you reached the target. It was one of the happiest days. And as I was telling you earlier, the beauty of working here is you get to relive so many
Right, right,
successes.
right, right, right.
It just
I'm so thankful to you because you gave your time that time, and whenever I needed, we had a discussion, and even you suggested me how to proceed about verbal and what are my weak sections
Mhm.
by analyzing my scores and everything. That was amazing advice, and I used it, and I think I cracked it then. Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's always a pleasure. It's always
yeah,
a pleasure. And as I said,
yeah.
the
I never
success
thought.
stories make it worth it.
Right, right. I never thought means I'll be able to interact because of course I knew e-GMAT was a very big platform. So I never thought he'll be giving me time personally, and that was a that's really good. That's really good. I appreciate it. And of course I have suggested also. I won't lie. I think 2, 3 people have already started, have already taken e-GMAT because of me. Yeah.
That's so
Uh,
nice.
yeah, I'll definitely. It's if someone is looking for starting after a break or starting from scratch, then e-GMAT is for you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very happy to,
Thank.
you
Yeah.
know, make
Yeah.
you happy and get you to that successful
Right.
score.
Right.
Thank you so much, Vaishali. And I know you're working on your applications, your
Right.
essays, your interviews. So want to wish you all the very best for the upcoming R1 deadlines.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Shwe.
I know
Thank you.
you will rock that too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
See you.
Thank you.